everybody. Today I'm making a few improvements or alterations, let's call them, to the Woodgas Cavalier. So let me turn you around and I'll show you what all I've got so far. Alright, so first off, I have removed this piece, which has several different fittings on it and several different places for potential to leak. So, I took all this off. This T-fitting, I may incorporate that in before the intake somewhere, but right now I'm just trying to simplify everything and try to make it to where I know where, I've had some leaks. So trying to figure out where they're all at. And I went through, ran one single piece. I just heated it with a torch so I could bend it so there's no connections anywhere except for right there. And then it has to have a connection down here. And I've got that taped up and I put extra glue on it. I put extra glue on this. Actually, I want to be able to take my filter lid off. So I've got this type of a little connector here so I can take that off. That way I can very easily get into there. I also sealed up down inside there. Well, probably can't see it. Inside there, I put some silicone around that so that the condensate tank doesn't leak. And the top is staying on good. I also went over here and started off by actually used some high temperature silicone in this. I don't know if this was leaking or not, but I figured, why not go ahead and silicone it. This is actually a concrete tight connector. It's not a watertight specifically. So there's a potential it could have been leaking. Now this up here, I was going to replace with this, but it will fit on this pipe. Oops. It will fit on this pipe, but it will not fit on this one. This one's a little bit bigger. It's actually a fence post. So it's not a standard 2-inch pipe. So this won't fit on it. So I'm going to have to probably get another one of these and just hope this one doesn't melt in the meantime. Under the hood, you can see there's a cable ran to here, to my valve. And there's also a cable up here that runs up to the throttle. I have one, or I bought one for the gas control, but it's too short. So I just got the gas control taped wide open for right now till I can get another cable. Oops. But I'm going to buy another one just like the one I ran to here. But anyway, this one runs to the throttle. And I bent the wire, just kind of stuck it through. There's a hole there that's just big enough for this piece to go through, but not the cable itself, or the cable sheath. And I bent it so that this can go and not interfere with the throttle. But I'll show you what I got on the inside. Okay, so in here I took the radio out and I put in this. This is actually just a leftover piece of flooring from when we did our hardwood floor. But this one, let's see, yeah. This one is the air control. You pull that and it pulls the air control valve. And you pull this one and it pulls the throttle. So you can set your throttle at a high idle. And this one was supposed to have been the, I probably shouldn't have even pulled that, but this one was supposed to have been the control for the gas valve. Turns out this one is not long enough. It's different. I kind of wanted the different knobs so I could very easily identify them, but I didn't realize that it was too short. So we're going to have to get another one of those. Alright, I think we're about ready to try it out. So, how do I start my car on wood? Let's go through the steps that I do to get this thing lit up. Okay, first off, now I am going to get a different kind of fan than this, but first off, we're going to turn on our fan. It's just hooked straight into there. Alright, so now we are pulling a vacuum on the system. And I'll take my torch. Okay, we'll stick that down in here. Stick that down in there and let it burn just a minute. Okay, you can hear that's roaring pretty good down in there. Let's see, stick it down in here. Yeah, getting good and hot. Now, let's add some wood. Okay, so now we still got a little bit of smoke. It's probably not completely warmed up yet. Let's see. I don't know. It's pretty warm. Yeah. Still seems a little warm coming out of there, I guess. But all right. No, not yet. Okay, we'll give it a few minutes to sit and run, and then we should be able to try this out. Okay, so now I've got the smaller fan on it. Just kind of letting it sit and get warmed up, and yeah, I'd say you can't see that, but there is a flame out to probably here. It is a very warm flame because I'm getting hot just getting close to it at all. We will need to close the air down. And need to adjust. There it goes. Okay, you can hear it's running. I'm letting it warm up a little bit. Got a little bit of throttle put into it. There we go. Okay, that's not all the way out, so I guess that's good. Apparently we're getting some better gas now without the leaks. Alright. So you can see, used to I had to have it all the way up to here. Uh-oh. There we go. To adjust the air down now some. That's what happened. Gas valve closed off. That's why it wasn't starting very good. I need to get me another one of those. There we go. There we go. I closed the air valve off a little bit more. Seems to be running pretty good. Alright. Only way really to tell is to actually go for a drive though. Okay, so now that it's running, idle it back down. And let's just see if it's got any more power. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I guess it was still idled up a little. Okay. Go ahead, put it back in reverse. And yes, it does. It has more power. How much? I'm not sure. I'm gonna play around with it. Uh-oh. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit, see what I can do. It's hard to do with one. Okay, so how did the drive go? It went pretty well. It runs a lot better with the sealed up pipe now, without all the leaking spots in it. So, yeah, I think I have that part solved. Now I just have to make me some more fuel, because I'm kind of out of fuel, and the fuel that I put in there is a little wet. Other than that, other than getting the fuel, I think I have the car ready to go. Now, of course, there needs to be some type of bulkhead between the back and the front. Right now I can only drive with the windows rolled down, which kind of became a problem because it started raining. You can probably see the car's wet. But it did run good, and I do have quite a bit more power. I still have to let the RPMs build up a little, but it has enough power it can take off, start it building up RPMs, and then once it gets them built up, to me it has plenty of power. Now it's of course not a race car, but it never was. So anyway, I guess that's going to be about it for this video. I gotta dry some more wood before I can drive it again and cut up some more wood, but I've got it running pretty darn good now. I'm really satisfied with the way that it starts and drives on wood, and I think it's about ready for the road, besides fixing the brakes, putting that barrier between me and the gasifier. But that's just a couple of minor inconveniences. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.